I've been learning languages my whole life. At 13, I moved to the UK and had to learn English the old school way textbooks, teachers, and just absorbing whatever I could from the environment around me. But now we're heading into 2026, and the way people learn languages has completely changed. More and more of us are using apps to supplement or even replace traditional learning. And with literally hundreds of language apps out there, how are you supposed to make sense of them all? That's what this video is for. I'm doing a full tier list and ranking of the top 20 language learning apps of 2026. In my opinion, based on real use, not sponsorships. And just so you know where I'm coming from, I'm an app developer myself. I've built Karteto, link in the description below, so I spend a lot of time analyzing and comparing different language apps. Let's get into it. I'm ranking these apps based on two things: effectiveness and fun. You need both. Effectiveness gives you real progress, and fun keeps you coming back long enough to actually get that progress. If an app fails on either side, it won't take you far. It's also important to understand that language apps aren't all trying to do the same thing. They differ a lot in their approaches. Most of them can be broadly split into a few general groups. Generalist apps, these aim to teach all major language skills in one place: vocabulary, grammar, reading, listening, even speaking. Word memorization apps focused on the core pillar of language learning, vocabulary. These work best as a supplement. AI tutor apps, apps built around an AI language tutor that chats with you, corrects you, and guides your practice. Real tutor apps, platforms where you learn directly from real people through live lessons. And finally, language-specific apps focused on a single language or language family, usually offering more depth. Knowing these categories sets the right expectations because each type is designed to solve a different part of the language learning puzzle. First up, Karteto. Karteto is built for actually memorizing words using spaced repetition. And yes, it's my app, so I'm obviously biased. Try the link below and judge for yourself. It has a unique word map, audio stories, and an in-app translator, which most spaced repetition apps somehow still don't offer. So Karteto goes straight into the S tier for me. Duolingo. Duolingo has become more of a game than a language app. Streaks, leagues, and gamification everywhere. They are a multi-billion-dollar company with massive resources, so the variety is great, but the actual language learning often underdelivers. The memes of people trying to speak a year after Duolingo say everything. So Duolingo for me sits in a solid B tier. Babbel is more serious than Duolingo, built around dialogues and longer structured courses. It's good, but quite expensive, and still not diverse enough to get you to full fluency on its own, like it's claiming. This one lands in A tier. Rosetta Stone is just a relic at this point, forgive me for this pun. Mostly matching words to images, and the methodology hasn't really evolved that much. I genuinely don't understand why anyone would pick this in 2026. Rosetta Stone goes into the D relic tier. Praktika is one of the better AI tutor apps available today. The downside is that AI still isn't great to adjusting to your exact level or explaining your mistakes clearly. It feels helpful, but inconsistent. So Praktika takes a B tier spot. Preply is S tier for me because nothing beats a real teacher. If you want rapid progress, this is the way. The platform is modern, the choice of tutors is really big, and yes, it is more expensive, but it really works. Preply is firmly in the S tier. Italki is very similar to Preply, but slightly behind for me in terms of design and platform features. Still, it gives you access to real teachers, and that alone makes it extremely valuable. Italki goes into the A tier. Busuu has a massive library of people speaking real phrases, which is great, but the lesson structure is pretty one-note, and the interface is starting to age. Memrise does the same concept better, so Busuu sits in C tier. Anki has been around forever and deserves respect, but it's too old and too limited for modern language learning. Honestly, this is one of the reasons why I built Karteto. The flashcard space needed something fresh, so Anki is in the retired tier D. Memrise is similar to Busuu, but with a much stronger content library and the addition of AI tutors. It's simple, effective, and modern enough to stay relevant. Memrise fits nicely into the B tier. Drops is beautifully designed and pleasant to use, but the learning method is painfully slow and mostly limiting to matching words with images, not enough depth and variety. Drops goes into C tier. Pimsleur has good audio content and a good method, but it hasn't evolved much. It's just a generalist app that now loses to more modern options like Memrise, so Pimsleur lands in C tier. Bunpo is one of those language-specific apps and is fantastic for Japanese learners. Making you draw the characters is surprisingly effective, and the explanations plus the AI tutor give it real depth. Bunpo deserves a solid A tier spot. Airlearn feels like a weaker attempt in copying Duolingo. Lots of streaks, leagues, shiny rewards, but without the polish or depth behind them. Airlearn goes into the C tier. Speak is similar to Praktika, but with cleaner UI and slightly better structure. It lacks the AI avatars, but honestly, you stop caring about those quickly. The core experience is quite solid. Speak goes into the A tier. Promova is another Duolingo style app, nice looking, but not very effective. It doesn't help you study as well and overall falls behind Duolingo's level. Promova lands in the C tier. HelloChinese balances generalist features with deep language-specific content. It has grammar, vocab, stories, and a lot of lesson variety, genuinely well designed. It's not S tier because it still can't replace a real teacher or a full curriculum. HelloChinese is A tier. Quizlet is an excellent general flashcard tool, but not ideal for languages. It lacks a strong integrated dictionary and doesn't provide structured paths, so you're basically on your own. Quizlet sits in the C tier. Language Reactor, whilst not quite an app, it's great for watching Netflix with subtitles and learning from real content, but it's limited to that single method and doesn't help beginners much. Still very useful, so Language Reactor lands in the B tier. And of course, ChatGPT. Powerful, but not built specifically for language learners. You need to know how to guide it and what to ask, so it works best once you already understand the basics. ChatGPT goes in the B tier. At the end of the day, no single app is going to magically teach you a whole language. They're tools, some great, some fun, some a bit pointless, but still just tools. The real progress comes from combining a few things, memorizing words, getting input, speaking with real humans, and staying consistent. So pick the apps that fit your style, use them as support systems, and don't fall for the idea that one platform will do everything for you. If you want to learn properly in 2026, you need a balanced approach. And if you want to see what that balanced approach actually looks in practice, watch my video on the best way to learn a language in 2026. It ties everything together. Ciao!